Hello, Mialisia designers, everybody that is on the call so far, and I know we've got some more coming in. Welcome. We're super excited for our first Corporate Power Hour conference call. I'm Michael Ash. I'm Sean's executive assistant, so I'll be running the call, and then we have Sean here to go ahead and answer all of your questions, go through some things with you guys. So again, thank you so much for being here for our first conference call. We'll be doing these every single Monday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. There will be various speakers and various topics that we think are going to help you to build. So be sure to tune in. If you can't tune in one week, the calls will be recorded. We'll be probably posting the MP3 to YouTube and then posting those to your back office. So you should have access to listen to those from your back office when you can. So the first Monday of every month, we're going to have just kind of an open forum Q&A with Sean. And since today is our first call, even though it's not the first of the month, we just decided to do one today so that you can kind of get used to the format, and then we'll do on the first of every month. So if you want to submit questions throughout the month, you can email them to customer support, which is support@mialisia.com. In the subject line, put corporate conference call question or power hour question, something like that, and then they'll forward those to me and I'll be compiling those. You can also post them on Facebook or Twitter when we post, hey, we're having a Q&A, submit your questions. You can go ahead and comment back on our post on Facebook or tweet us at Mialisia Co. And so we'll be taking those, and I'll be updating those as they continue to come in. So if you think of anything, post it on Facebook or tweet us, and I'll see if we can't get Sean to answer that. So I think that's everything. We're going to go ahead and have Sean just take it away from here.
All right, everybody. Welcome to our very, very first call, and we're just thrilled to have you on. We're thrilled to have a forum where you can get your questions to us and we can answer them for you. We're also thrilled that we're able to record these calls and get them out to so many of you that have other daytime jobs or other commitments where you're not able to kind of get away during the middle of the day and get on a call. You'll be able to listen to these. I just will also encourage you to, even if you can't be on the call, to get your questions submitted, because when you listen to the recording, we'll still answer them and you'll be able to get them answered. And so we'll do this once a month. We'll also have lots of other training calls like Michael talked about. And so if you have suggestions for topics that you would like to be covered on these calls, please submit those as well. We'll be happy to listen to them and happy to hear them. So, all right, let's get started with our first question. Michael, what is that?
Okay, so our first question is, what is it that sets Mialisia apart from being just another jewelry company?
Oh, good question. And I'll have to answer this in a couple of different ways. First of all, I was off just recently at the movie theater with my wife, and we were watching the Steve Jobs movie, which I thought was well done, but really inspired as I watched that movie and watched somebody with a vision try to transform an industry, and also watch how difficult that is. Number one, for so many different reasons. Number one, you have companies that have been doing it the same way forever. When they see that you're doing it a new way and it works or it's exciting, it just drives them crazy. And so you get all kinds of stuff happening, knockoffs, people trying to steal your ideas, all different things. So I wrote down some things on what makes Mialisia different or unique, and what is it that we're looking to do. Because what I want to make very, very clear for everybody is that we are not just another jewelry company. We are not out there just trying to sell some cute piece of jewelry. There's already plenty of companies that do that. I don't know that the world needs another one. What we're trying to do is so much bigger and so much greater. So number one, we're trying to change the way that women wear jewelry. So our cutting edge concept works. It's proven, it's tested, and people get excited about it. We've seen it firsthand from our basement, driving across the country in our minivan, showing woman after woman in all markets, in all states, and every single time people got excited. They got excited about the concept, the fact that the idea was so simple, but they had never seen anything like it. And I think the proof's in the pudding. You see tons of other companies scrambling to try to find a way to copy us without infringing upon our patent that's pending. And you're seeing all kinds of things from magnets to other things. And it's just not the same. These cutting-edge patent-pending concept hooks change everything about the way that women wear jewelry. Number 2 is tied closely to number 1. This is the value that women get from buying jewelry. For example, if you're giving them, your customers, a retail experience, you're greatly missing the boat. When you open up and you hold up this necklace, which really isn't a necklace, it's so much more, and you say, yes, this costs $40, the customer then says, okay, well, that's, an average price for a necklace or whatever, or it's a good price or it's a bad price, depending on what they think it's worth. But if you start by teaching the concept and showing them what they can do with it, it really becomes a huge value for what the money that they're spending is. And also, it lends itself to getting more than one piece, because at the end of the day, if you're going to create and design your own look, you really need more than one piece to really do a great job of that. So we want to change the value that women get from buying jewelry. I hear so many comparisons, like this necklace is the same as Stella and Dot's necklace and it's $20 less at Mialisia. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not the same necklace, first of all. And number 2, ours is not just a necklace. It does so much more. Because of our concept, it sets us apart, just like Apple did with their iPod. They had no competitors when they came out. Now, they've had several people try to knock them off and kind of copy their ideas, of course, right? But that's going to happen with us too, but no one will ever be the iPod. And so that's what you have to kind of understand and know about our jewelry. It's different. Number 3, we are unique. We do not copy or imitate others. We will set the trends. We do not follow them. You don't see our company out there trying to come up with different kinds of lockets or different kinds of charms. We know who we are. We know what we're trying to do, and you will not see us imitate other companies. We will set the trends. Number 4, we will outwork our competition. This business at times can be full of people that want something for nothing. We will have a company culture that's different than that. We understand that in this world, you get what you work for. And if you combine it with the right opportunity and the right concept, great things will happen for you. Number 5, we're going to transform this industry, and we're going to be recognized as the gold standard. We cannot underscore enough the use and the importance of Versa-style jewelry. This is critical. It's trademarked, and it's very, very important that we are trying to create a category. There's nothing out there like us. There's no kind of jewelry out there like us. And when there is, it's usually a knockoff, and it's not the same, and it doesn't do the same thing. And so it's an exciting opportunity we have to kind of create that concept. You should be asking people, have you ever heard of Versa-style jewelry? Have you ever seen Versa-style jewelry? Well, let me show that to you. And that's where you're going to get a lot of interest and a lot of excitement. So, number 6, we will have top-notch customer service and leadership training. We will stand by our product and invest in our people. So let me just be clear about a couple of things that are really important to us. Number 1, that you have a AAA, highest, best experience possible with our customer service. We stand by our product with our lifetime guarantee, and we make sure that we always do the right thing. We try to be timely in our responses and in our phone calls, and we believe that if you build a company out there that has top-notch customer service, that it has staying power. A couple of examples would be somebody like Costco or Southwest Airlines, who have created a culture in industries that are known for poor customer service as being a company that cares about the customer. We believe there's no difference in this industry, and we have a real opportunity to deliver, and we intend to. Number 7, we do not promise to not make mistakes. There will be mistakes and there will be hiccups, but we do promise to listen to you, to fix them quickly, and to always, and I underscore always, do the right thing. And you will find that as you continue with your experience with us. The last one is that we'll continue to raise the bar and ask you to do the same. So I know that was a long-winded answer to that question, but a very important one. We are not just another jewelry company. We are different. Those are 8 reasons why. I could give another 8, but in the interest of time, we'll move on to the second question. Okay, Michael.
Okay, before I ask the second question, don't be alarmed by the dial tone. I'm just going to be turning off all of those tones that's telling us when people are coming in and out of the call. And I'm going to turn them off really quick. Nobody freak out. The second question is, what do I do if I'm getting system errors?
Okay, so a lot of times, some of you, will get system errors with different things that you're trying to do in your back office. I can tell you sometimes it's something that you're doing, sometimes it's the Internet Explorer that you're using, and sometimes it's just a bug in our system. But the only way to really truly know is for you to call customer service, and they will walk through your back office to see exactly what you're doing, try to recreate that error with you, and then take a screenshot of it, send it to us so we can get it fixed if it's on our end, or help you avoid it if it's on your end. Instead of just sending an email, it's much easier for those kinds of things to place a phone call. If you're not in a place where you can't place a phone call, or the best thing to do is try to get a screenshot, including the URL or the web address on the page that you're on, and send that to us so that we can take a look at it and see what's going on. So we care about fixing these bugs, and we care about helping you get through some of the bugs. So it's important that you give us a call whenever possible on that. Okay.
Okay, next question. What is our jewelry made of?
Yeah, so we get this question quite frequently. You get this question quite frequently. And you'll notice that, each piece goes through a different process, well, a similar process with different materials. Well, here's what I can tell you about our jewelry versus other jewelry that's out there. We go through an extensive quality control check process. Now, each piece is electroplated anywhere from 7 at the minimum up to 14 times. There's several reasons for electroplating, and without getting into the details of electroplating, basically what it is you take electricity, shoot it into the metal when it's being plated, and it creates a bond that you don't get from just normal painting or normal coating. It's much more solid. It helps prevent tarnishing, but at the end of the day, it's not perfect. I mean, some jewelry could still tarnish if it's not taken care of properly, like mixed with salt water or something like that, or you wear it swimming and chlorine gets to it. I mean, there are elements out there in the environment that will break down any metal. I don't care what metal it is, whether it's gold or silver. And so it's important just to understand that each piece is made for anywhere from 7 to 14 steps. There's a reason that we don't lay out each and every step for each and every piece, because it would be a book. And we try not to confuse our designers or our customers. But what you do need to know is that the early feedback that we've had from people, even with skin sensitivities, is that they haven't had problems with our jewelry. And we've gone to great lengths to make sure that that's possible. And then in the rare exception to that, where somebody did have a problem, then we would absolutely just refund their money and return the order. So again, referring back to my prior comment, we'll always do the right thing. Each piece of jewelry is started with base metals that are anywhere from surgical steel to silver, to copper, to zinc, you name it, and then is coated with several different steps of different metals and different things, mostly to help protect against impurities. There are some preservatives that are used. We don't advertise that our jewelry is nickel-free because some of the pieces do have some nickel in it. The nickel is a preservative. It helps to prevent tarnishing. Without it, jewelry can tarnish very quickly. But what we do is make sure that we can protect with all kinds of other types of, we call them e-coatings or other types of coatings that are used throughout the process. So you should feel very confident that this is not jewelry that you could buy at a department store. For example, if I walked into a department store and bought a $20 necklace, I can promise you that that necklace was not not coated 14 times and has not gone through an electroplating process. They try to keep it minimal so they can make as much money on the wholesale side as possible. We have spared no expense in the quality of our jewelry, or else I can assure you we would not offer a lifetime warranty. And the only reason we call it a limited lifetime warranty is for the sole purpose that if we don't carry that item anymore, then we can't guarantee it, but we can give you credit towards a future purchase of a different necklace or a different item. So, all right, Michael, next one.
Okay, the next question is, what do I do if I need advice on recruiting or fashion event tips?
Yeah, so sometimes it's confusing for designers to know, okay, I have this question. Who do I ask it to? Do I ask it to my upline, or do I ask it to customer service? So if it's anything to do with recruiting, fashion events, how to run your business, how to get the most out of your time management, leadership, all of those things, those are questions that should be referred to your upline. Anything to do with products, orders, commissions, those should be directed at customer service. Back office questions, again, suggestions that you might have can go to both customer service and your upline. So just wanted to separate those for people.
Okay, next question, and this is a big one. We received a lot of questions about this. When will the second wave of designers be receiving their kits, and how will they ship? Okay,
so before I answer this question, let's go back to the fact, how do we communicate with you? And so we send out what we call corporate notifications to your email. There could be a couple of reasons you're not getting them. One, we don't have your right email. Two, it could be going to your junk folder or spam folder, or even in the new Gmail, it could be going to your promotions folder. So in this, it could be several different reasons, but we send out multiple corporate notifications every week. Each corporate notification is posted to social media, and so if you haven't liked the Facebook page for a corporate, it's important to do so, and you can do that by going to your website, and up in the right-hand corner is a Facebook link. If you click on that, that'll take you to the corporate website, and you can like that. The same on Twitter, the same on Pinterest, and so you can do that by that'll keep you in the loop as we update those things daily with important information. And we put some kit information, shipment information last week on those social media sites and sent out an email. So to answer the question is the second wave will start shipping out tomorrow. We are going to charge them. It's a manual process, so you have to be patient with us like the first 500 did. But as we charge them, they will ship. And so it'll probably take us a week to get through all the charging and shipping of all the kits, but we anticipate getting that done for sure. And so tomorrow we'll charge several hundred of them, ship those out same day. They come out UPS ground, so you'll get a tracking number within 24 hours that you can track them with, and they'll come out to you that way. And all right.
Okay. Our next question is, what is in these kits, and how do we know what is coming in the kit?
So, what's in them, just general numbers, has been published. It's in your back office. It's also on the social media for corporate. The specific items, though, we don't share what's those specific items for a couple of reasons. One, that sometimes can change from kit to kit. Usually it's from wave to wave, meaning that there are different necklaces in them sometimes, or different earrings, or the rings are generally all the same. There's a reason for that. It allows us at corporate to switch those items if we need to, and I know it can be a little frustrating to you if you're trying to order items that aren't in the kit so you have one of everything, but the only way for you to do that at this time is just to wait till you get your kit, see what you've got, and then proceed forth. I would tell you that there is one necklace, it's the Coral Delicate, that is not in the catalog, that is on your websites, and that item has been coming in some of the kits, and so people are wondering, I don't see this one. Well, it's not in the catalog. It came to us after our catalogs had already been published, but we wanted to still get it into your original items that you could order, and so it's on your websites and in your back offices.
Okay, our next question, someone submitted a question regarding the durability of the clasps.
Yeah, so these hooks were a unique hook to our jewelry, and we had to have them created and designed and produced as a custom item. And with some of them, they weren't made as well as we wanted them to be. Most of them, though, were great. We've had a problem in about less than 1% of all the necklaces that we had go out. So some are seeing them. Some are like, well, I had them on 2 or 3 of my necklaces. Well, you might have been in that same batch of that less than 1%. And I'm being honest about that. That's on the issues. We've sent out about 40,000 necklaces at this point. We've gotten less than 150 returned, which is less than 0.5%. And so very, very good as far as the quality, but we have had a few issues. And that's, again, why we have that lifetime warranty. If you did have an issue, we'll absolutely replace it for you. We are constantly working on improving our quality. We're never satisfied. We always want to have better quality. In fact, we invest quite a bit. Annalise is going out in about a week to visit all the factories and make sure that they're doing it the right way. And, she wasn't even happy about the less than 0.5%, which as a businessman I was happy with. I can tell you she was not. So she is going back out to make sure, as far as she's concerned, every single hook, every single necklace should be of the quality and expectation that we have, which is very high. So if you have any questions like that, just contact customer service and we'll get them fixed.
Okay, our next question from Facebook, is there a set amount for shipping based on the total purchase price so that we know what to charge our customers?
Yeah, so we obviously have a really low order for free shipping total, which is $40. Most people, in fact, 98% of our orders have been above that $40 range. And so in order to really encourage that for a couple of reasons, we've done a couple of things. One, we place that really low so it drives up the average order for you at your events with customers. And number two, we have a fixed shipping. I think it's $7.95, which you might say, well, that seems really high for an order under $40. Well, that's the idea. The idea is to drive them to the $40 range. What I can tell you is if we decide to raise the amount on the minimum order for free shipping, 90 days from now or 120 days from now or whenever we decide to do that, we will lower the fixed rate shipping at that time. But for right now, everything is designed to really drive them to spend that $40 because if you don't spend at least that, you usually don't have enough pieces to be able to really practice and get people excited about the concept. So that's the idea and the strategy behind that.
Okay, our next question came from a couple of different people. When will volume reports be available to view?
They were supposed to be available on Friday, but we had a few bugs in the reports that got pushed. So we're hoping sometime today or tomorrow, but you'll be able to see your levels 1 through 3 breakdown. You'll be able to see it's going to be on that business snapshot that's in your back office, and it's going to be pretty sweet. We've got that. I've actually got a meeting as soon as this call's over to look at that and work on that. So hopefully by tomorrow you'll have that updated because I know it's extremely frustrating when you can't see where you're at when you're trying to hit commission levels and when you're trying to get promotions and things like that. So we are very aware of that, and hopefully it'll be ready either late today, if not for sure tomorrow.
Okay. When are items, the necklace forms and display mats that were missing from the first wave of kits, when will those be shipping out to that first wave, and will they be included in the second wave?
Yeah, so necklace forms for the first wave were all shipped out early last week. You should be getting them or have them already. If you need a tracking number on that, please just contact customer service. On the second wave, the necklace forms are inside the kits, so those are coming out with the kits. And again, so that's on the necklace forms. The display mats, this is another customized item that there's really nothing out there like it. Annalise designed this, put it together. It was like a 3-month process to get it perfect. So many samples came back with different materials that she didn't like, the logos, the branding, all kinds of different stuff. And then we finally got it. It's being produced, and we expect those to be ready sometime in September. We'll ship those out to you as soon as we get them in on our dime for both first and second waivers. As you can imagine, that cost us a lot of money, but we did not want to hold back the kits to do that. So we are going to ship those out to you. I can promise you that you will love them. The final samples and designs that we've had they not only are great for displaying your jewelry and for branding, but they're incredible for storing your jewelry, as they have zipper pouches and all kinds of other stuff on them. They're really cool, really fancy, really professionally done. So we're excited to get those into your hands.
Okay, is there currently a printed flyer with fashionista benefits?
Okay, so the answer to this is yes, and this is where we really need you to get involved and in your back office in the resources tab. There's so many things back there for you, videos and items and printed materials and logos and other things that you can use for your social media sites and other stuff like that. If you have a suggestion of something else that you would like to see in your back office that's not there, please email that into support@mialisia.com and we'll get those suggestions. We do gather them. We do listen to you. I can tell you every day I'm implementing suggestions from the field. So make sure that if you have something that's not in there that you'd like to see, make sure you get it to us so that we can get it in there. But the answer to the question is yes, it's in your back office.
Our next question is, will there be a preferred customer discount? And if so, what are the specifics?
Well, we actually desire to be one of the first party plans out there to ever have a successful auto ship program. Typically, auto ships are a big part of direct sales, but not generally in party plan, mostly for the fact that, how do you ship somebody a necklace and what if they don't like it? So we've designed something that's pretty cool. It'll be coming out in the coming months soon. It just had to be coded and rewritten, and it's going to be pretty cool. But the general, just giving you a little preview here, is that for being a preferred customer or signing up on this program, basically every month you get 3 or 4 necklaces or items to choose from for around $40. So you go to the shopping cart, you select one, and it takes you to a second shopping cart where you get to pick a deeply discounted or free item because you're part of this program. So essentially you're getting twice as much, for the price of $40 every single month. And of course, designers love that as well because then you have customers, you have repeat business, you have residual income. So we're trying to bring this, we will bring this to our company in the coming months. It's a complicated, from an IT standpoint, program to get implemented, so we're working through that, but we're very excited about it. Something else I'll also give you kind of a preview that we will have coming out is this whole wish list where basically when someone's at a fashion event, you can get their significant other or spouse's email, and then you load their dates of special holidays, and then they pick out some of the jewelry they like, almost like a wish list, and their spouse gets an email on, like a week before or 2 weeks before that date, reminding them of the date and also letting them know that their spouse or significant other picked out an item at one of your fashion events and asking them to order it for them. So that's an exciting piece that we'll have coming out in the coming months too.
Okay, Sean, will there be express shipping or next day shipping available for jewelry orders?
Yeah, we do have that available. If you have a request like that, for right now, you can call customer service or email support, and they can get that process for you. If it's the same, if you want it done that day, it needs to be before 11:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If not, it'll be after that. As far as putting that in the system, I don't see the need right now, as I can't imagine that a ton of customers would want to overnight a necklace or even pay that amount to have it overnighted. Seems like a little bit excessive for me. So I'm assuming that some of these situations are more one-offs, and if they are, let's just go through customer service. If I start seeing a bunch of them, then that we'll maybe make that option available. But I just don't know that there's a need to overnight jewelry a ton. So if I'm wrong about that, please let me know, and we'll see that through the proof in the pudding kind of a thing.
Okay, on a related note, what is the turnaround time for shipping to a designer and to a customer?
We are officially within the 24 to 48 hour window now. Everything's shipping out within 24 to 48 hours, which is exciting. If the order's placed before 11:30, then it ships out that day. If the order's placed after that, it ships out the next day. If it's placed after 11:30 on a Friday, then it ships out on Monday. So again, we're within that window now. Now, as far as how long does it take to get to you, stuff goes out either USPS with a tracking number if it's under a certain weight, and then over a certain weight goes out either UPS or FedEx, generally UPS, ground, and so it can take anywhere from 2 to 10 days, depending on where you live in the world, to get to you. But it's generally, we have heard feedback lately that stuff's been getting there pretty quickly. So that's our goal, is to ship right away.
Okay, our next question is the rolling 12 months on the compensation plan just for level ones or for any level?
Well, the rolling 12 months is just level ones. So, because you don't get credit for recruiting anybody that's levels 2 through 5. Obviously, if your level 1 recruits somebody, that's their recruit. You get overrides on them, but they're, as far as being considered for recruits, it's just level 1.
Okay, will fashionistas be able to apply their benefits toward the purchase of a starter kit if they want to enroll as a designer?
Yeah, so the only way that works today for us is basically they get their free jewelry, sell their free jewelry, take the money from that and apply it to their kit. That's how it works today. You can imagine that if we let them take their free credits and apply it, then it doesn't work. The numbers don't work from a corporate standpoint because basically they're getting deeply discounted or free jewelry and they're using that or credits, using that to apply towards their kit, which is already deeply discounted, and the numbers just aren't there. So the only way that it works is for them to get that free jewelry or that deeply discounted jewelry, sell it, take that money, and then apply it towards the purchase of their kit.
Okay. Will future catalogs, brochures, or booklets have fashionista benefits and designer benefits printed on them?
So this is a good example of a question that when it gets asked, me and Michael sit across from each other and go, well, that's a really good idea. So I took some Post-its, grabbed some of our catalogs and brochures and made notes, and yes is the answer to that. But I hadn't thought of that one yet, and so I was grateful for this question. So yes in the future is the answer to that.
Okay. If our downline decides to upgrade from the basic kit to the complete kit, do we still get a recruiting bonus for them upgrading?
So the short answer is yes. If the kit is upgraded before it ships, the system automatically knows and does it. If the upgrade happens after they get, let's say they get their $199 kit and they're like, actually, I want to have the $499 kit. We've had a few of those. When that happens, yes, we send them some upgraded materials. We charge them the additional money, and then we've told customer service to give you credit for that recruiting bonus. If something happened where you didn't get that, please just let us know, and we'll immediately get you paid for that. So, all right.
Okay, will corporate ever change the view of the jewelry on the website so that they can enlarge the photo to see the jewelry better?
Yes, we're working on a magnifying glass option and some other options for that, so absolutely.
I've heard a couple of things about training camps coming up in Nashville and in Cleveland, some boot camps. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there is a boot camp for some training in Nashville. There's another one in Cleveland, Ohio. These are not corporate sponsored events. They are ran by individual teams. We are going to be there. Annalise and I will be at both of them, providing training and some help there. There'll be an email that goes out later today to designers with the information for these boot camps. You're all invited. You're all welcome to attend, but just wanted to be clear that these are not corporate events, but that they're team events, and these teams that are running these events have opened them up and made them available to all designers and individuals. So I thought that was gracious and great of them. So we'll have some details coming out on those, and if you choose to go or you're in those areas, we'd love to see you.
Will we ever have monthly customer specials or bundle prices for purchasing collections?
Yes. In fact, Annalise is looking into this. Our goal was to have some ready by conference. I'm not sure if we're going to or not, but definitely by the end of the year. But the answer is yes. We'll have bundles and lower pricing for things like craft show kits and also collections and families.
Okay. Someone asked you to please clarify the monthly PV requirements under the compensation glossary.
Okay. So the biggest difference here is that personal volume and team volume. Personal volume is volume that, is not, well, let me back up first of all. First of all, in this business, there's two kinds of volume. There's commissionable volume and there's qualifying volume. Commissionable volume is things that you're paid on, obviously as far as through the upline. Qualifying volume are things like your kit that you get volume for towards your requirements. but you don't get the normal downline commissions on. So let's give an example. Like, let's say you signed up for the business at the $5.99 kit level, and that month you charged your kit and you signed up. So that month you'd have $599 in personal volume, or $600 in personal volume, and also personal volume counts towards team volume. So that would go towards your team requirement as well. So this is really, really important. So personal volume is all kinds of volume that you do through your fashionistas, your customers, or through your own personal purchases. Team volume is all of that I just outlined, plus all of the volume, personal volume, done by levels 1, 2, and 3 on your team tree. So just to reiterate that, personal volume is all of your purchases, your fashionista volume, and also your customer volume. Team volume is all of that plus the personal volume of your levels 1, 2, and 3. And then that is what qualifies you for rank achievements or also for commission volumes, and they're all based off of those numbers. Now, one thing I also want to clarify is that in order for you to be commission eligible, you need to always have $100 in personal volume over the prior 90 days. So let me give you an example. If it's September, the system's going to go back and look in August and July and see, did you have at least $100 in personal volume? Now, for all of you that signed up in those months, that your kit counts towards that. But going forward, you need to have $100 every quarter, rolling 90 days prior to get that to be commission eligible. And so if you didn't have $100 in personal volume, then you wouldn't be eligible in those prior 90 days, then you wouldn't be eligible to earn commissions in that current month. So really important that you're at least doing $100 in personal volume every 90 days to stay eligible for commissions. And then you might ask, well, what happens if I'm not eligible? Well, then just that month you wouldn't be eligible. And then let's say you did $100 in personal volume, and that next month you would be eligible again because it looks back to 90 days. Okay.
A related question that we have is, what does BV stand for in our back office?
So BV is just a misprint. It should say PV and TV. So BV is business volume. It really should say personal volume and team volume. So BV is a misprint.
Okay. And can an order be paid with more than one credit card?
Yeah, you have to do it through customer service, though. You can't do it in your back office right now. So if you have more than one credit card, you need to call customer service, and they can help you with it.
Are the shopping carts in our back office and through our websites ever going to be linked to PayPal?
Yes, we're working on that option. We want to have PayPal as an option. We thought we'd have it available earlier, but we're trying to work out some things with PayPal. But our intent is to have that, yes.
Can you explain how designers who use Square will account for those orders on their fashion event in their back office?
Yeah, that would be considered cash and carry, right? So you might be taking a credit card for an item that you have. That's the only reason you would ever do that, right, is to sell a piece of jewelry that you have there in your possession, because otherwise you should be using the company credit card processor and letting us pay those fees rather than you. So in a cash and carry situation, how it works is, let's say you sold $200 at a fashion event in cash and carry. And there's lots of questions that have come up with this, so I'll try to explain this whole process. So let's say I sell $200 at a fashion event, cash and carry, whether I use Square or take a check or cash. To us, it's all the same because you're taking that money in yourself and not sending it to corporate. So in any instance, what the system is requiring you to do, what we require you to do, is to then go reorder $200 in jewelry in your back office so that that fashionista gets credit for that orders or those orders. This is only true when it comes to fashion events. At craft shows, obviously it's not a fashion event, so you don't have to worry about giving anybody credit for free jewelry or whatnot. So when it comes to a fashion event, then you'll go in place. One of the questions was, well, if I sold a Times Square necklace, do I have to go in and order another Times Square necklace? No is the answer to that. You can order whatever you want. You just want to try to match the dollars as close to possible so that fashionista gets the right credit. So what it's doing is it's giving you the exact credit, or you're giving them the exact credit to give them the jewelry credit that they need, and it's forcing you to restock, in other words, and that's the only way that we can drive accountability around cash and carry. Or else, if we didn't do that, then you could basically put in whatever you wanted on cash and carry, and we'd have no way of proving it, and we'd be giving away free jewelry that we didn't need to. So that's just how we determined that was the way to kind of drive some accountability around that.
How should I answer a customer when they ask how to store, care for, and clean the jewelry?
So this one is, well, first of all, we learned from just asking customers at craft shows when Annalise and I first started this business. We had a lady that came in with a necklace that we had sold to her the prior year, and it looked perfect, brand new. So we were curious. We asked her, how did you keep that thing looking so great? And she said, I store all of my jewelry in Ziploc bags. And I thought, wow, that's a good idea. So anything you can do to keep the elements off of it are great. The other thing I would tell people is don't shower with your jewelry on. Don't go swimming with your jewelry on. Don't go in the ocean. Don't do things like that break down metals or eventually cause you get soap on there. That will break it down over time. So keep it in a safe place. If you can keep it airtight, that's even better. And we are working on some packaging solutions that will help you do that. But in the meantime, don't expose it to, water or other things that would break down the metals or cause rust or anything like that.
Okay. Does corporate have templates for business cards?
Yes, again, in your back office. So I'll just keep that one quick. Just go in your back office, okay, and they're in there.
When we are joining people to our team, is there a roundabout time frame that we can tell them that their kits will be shipped?
Yeah, so after this next wave of kits gets shipped out, it'll be when they sign up, their kit is shipped. So it might take a week to 3 weeks for it to ship, just based on inventory levels of kits and builds, but pretty much consistently they'll ship right away. And so we're probably about 2 weeks away from that, and you can expect the $50 deposit to sign up to go away in the next week or two once we get all caught up with everybody's kits and everybody has them, which will happen here shortly.
And will any accrued recruiting bonuses be taken off the price of the kit?
No. So you are paid those separately. So to all second wave designers, this is really important. Make sure that you either email or call customer service to give us your bank information or update it in your back office. One of those three things should happen. You either need to update it in your back office, you need to call customer service, or you need to email customer service, because we need to be able to update your routing number and your bank information so we can start paying those commissions out. And if you do not have a bank account and you want to choose the pay card service, it's important that you call us or email us and let us know that so that we can get the pay card package sent out to you, which is essentially just a Visa card that you use when you go to make purchases, and we load your commissions right onto it.
Okay, Sean, our last question comes from Facebook, and it says, are the fashionistas able to use all of their benefits and coupons all at once?
Yes. So when they go to place, they can close out the fashion event with the fashionista order. They can place all of their jewelry credits right there, and they can also use their coupons right then and there. What they can't do is combine jewelry credits with coupons. So, for example, if I'm using a 50% coupon off on a piece of jewelry, I can't use my credits to pay for the remaining balance of that. We call that double dipping, and we don't allow it. So you have to either use jewelry credits or use coupons, but yes, they can be all in the same order.
Okay, so that covers all of our questions. We want to thank everybody who submitted questions on Facebook and on Twitter and through email. Like I said at the beginning of this call, we will be holding another one of these the first week of next month. So if you think of questions between now and then, please email them to support@mialisia.com with the subject line conference call question or something to that effect. and then we'll be posting day of so that you can post additional questions on Facebook or tweet them at us before and during the call. Sean, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. You know, we are launching with more designers than most companies do, and we are just doing so well. You guys, we're just so grateful for. We believe in this concept. We know it works. We've seen it. We've driven our minivan so hard across the country doing shows all over the country a couple of years ago that the actual doors fell off the side of it just because of the weight of the jewelry. We know from firsthand experience that this company will go. It will be huge. It's going to change the industry. And we're just so grateful for those of you that put your trust in us. We're especially grateful for the beginning designers, which is all of you that have been with us from the beginning on and, you know, have had to endure some bumps and some hiccups, and we know you'll be rewarded for that, because whenever you put your faith and trust in a company or someone at the beginning, there's going to be some hiccups, but at the end of the day, we're just grateful for the positive attitudes, the overwhelming response, the excitement, the enthusiasm. Some of you are just doing great things, and please send us your success stories so we can share those with everybody. It is so nice to hear those. We look so forward to meeting each and every one of you at conference. Please come see us in Las Vegas. It's going to be a historic event, our first event. You only get one chance to ever hold a first event, right? Which is so fun. So we want as many of you there as possible joining us and being there with us. So thanks everybody for your time. We'll hold these monthly. If you have questions that didn't get answered or questions that you still want to know, please submit them now, because we'll start compiling that list for the first Monday in September, when I will do another call very similar to this one. Thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you later.